What's up, Commanders fans? The team is making moves and looking to perfect the roster for a serious Super Bowl run in 2025. You know we're here to keep you updated on all the breaking news and hottest rumors. So before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Commanders HQ. Your support keeps this channel growing and helps us bring you the best coverage of your Washington Commanders. Now let's get into it. The Commanders are entering the 2025 season with legitimate championship aspirations for the first time in decades. After a surprise run to the NFC Championship game last season, new general manager Adam Peters isn't sitting back. He's being aggressive. The trade for Deebo Samuel already signaled that Washington is all in on maximizing Jayden Daniels' rookie contract window. But the work isn't done, especially on the defensive side of the ball. One of the biggest questions still hanging over this offseason? How will Washington replace Jonathan Allen? The franchise cornerstone was released after the Commanders failed. To find a trade partner, ending his 8-year tenure in D. C, while Allen's departure leaves a hole in the defensive line, Pro Football Focus's Bradley Locker believes the perfect replacement is already available. Former Philadelphia Eagles edge rusher Josh Sweat. Sweat has been a nightmare for Washington in recent years. 7 of his 43 career sacks came against the Commanders, the most he's recorded against any opponent. Now, there's an opportunity to bring that talent to Washington rather than having to game plan against it. Sweat's production speaks for itself. He has been one of the NFC East's most disruptive pass rushers for the past 5 seasons, racking up double-digit sacks in multiple years. At just 27 years old, he still has plenty left in the tank and could bring a dynamic presence to Dan Quinn's defense. Replacing a player like Allen isn't easy. He was a locker room leader and a 2-time Pro Bowler. But when you compare their play styles, Sweat's skill set may actually be a better fit for what the Commanders need right now. While Allen thrived, as an interior force, Sweat brings an elite pass rushing ability from the edge, something that was lacking after the departures of Chase Young and Montez Sweat last season. With Allen gone, the Commanders will be relying heavily on 2024 first-round pick Jerzan Newton to step up and anchor the interior of the defensive line. Pairing Newton with Sweat would give Washington a combination of youth, athleticism, and veteran experience that could elevate the entire defense. Dan Quinn's defensive philosophy is all about getting after the quarterback. With Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Sainristil locking down the secondary, adding a proven pass rusher like Sweat would give Washington a complete defensive unit. The U team has already brought in several former Cowboys defenders who thrived under Quinn. Why not add a dominant edge rusher to the mix? While Washington is moving forward, Jonathan Allen won't be out of work for long. There will be no shortage of suitors for the 30-year-old defensive tackle, and one team that has been linked to him in the past is the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins reportedly tried to acquire Allen via trade before Washington ultimately decided to release him. Now Miami can sign him outright without giving up draft capital. With a glaring need at defensive tackle, Allen could be the perfect fit next to Zach Sealer in Miami's defensive front. From a financial perspective, Miami has the flexibility to make a competitive offer. They've made it clear this offseason that they want to strengthen the trenches, and while most of the focus has been on their offensive line, Allen's availability could shift some of that attention to the defensive side of the ball. The Washington Commanders are making moves, and it's clear they are committed to refining their roster to bring home a championship. After a remarkable season that saw them reach the NFC Championship game for the first time in over 30 years, Washington is laser-focused on building a sustainable contender. The team is prioritizing players who proved their worth last season, and safety Jeremy Chinn is a name at the forefront of that conversation. Veteran linebacker Bobby Wagner has already been rewarded with a new deal, and Zach Ertz could be next in line. But arguably, one of the most important decisions the front office faces this offseason is securing Jeremy Chinn for the long haul. When Chinn arrived in Washington, there were a lot of question marks surrounding his role. After an underwhelming stint with the Carolina Panthers, where he struggled to find his place in Ejiro Evero's 3-2-0 Miro 34 defensive scheme, many wondered if He could regain the form that once made him a standout defender. Under defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. and head coach Dan Quinn, Chinn thrived. He recorded 117 tackles last season, showcasing the explosiveness and versatility that once made him a rising star in the league. His ability to play multiple roles in the secondary, combined with his physicality, made him an indispensable part of Washington's defensive identity. According to ESPN's John Keim, the Commanders are eager to bring Chinn back, if the price is right. The safety market in free agency can be unpredictable, but Keim believes Chinn's unique skill set and perfect fit in Washington's defense make him an ideal candidate for a long-term deal. Jeremy Chinn could be a little more of an interesting one, Keim said. Safety is always an interesting one in free agency. I'm not sure what he's going to command, but you look at Cam Curl last year. People were throwing out crazy numbers, and he didn't even come close to that. So, what will Jeremy Chinn get? He's a really good fit in this defense. His size gives him the ability to play the hybrid spot. I could see him getting a multi-year deal. It definitely sounds like they would like him back. Let's be real. Letting Chinn hit the open market would be a risky move. He's still young, incredibly athletic, and proved he can be a difference maker in the right system. While Washington does have salary cap flexibility, waiting too long could allow other teams to swoop in and make a compelling offer. The legal tampering window opens soon, and once that clock starts ticking, anything can happen. If Washington truly wants to continue building a dominant defense under Quinn, keeping Chinn should be a priority. His partnership with Quan Martin, on the back end, has the potential to become one of the best young safety tandems in the league. Stability and continuity are key, especially when a team is on the cusp of making a Super Bowl run. When the Commanders signed Chinn to a one-year prove-it deal last offseason, it was a low-risk, high-reward move. Chinn more than delivered, and now it's time for Washington to return the favor. If the Commanders and Chinn can find common ground, it's a win-win scenario. He gets the long-term security he's looking for, and Washington locks in a versatile playmaker at a position of need. So, Commanders fans, what do you think? Should Washington go all in on signing Josh Sweat to replace Jonathan Allen? Would he be the missing piece to take this defense to the next level? And what about Jonathan Allen? Where do you think he'll end up? Do you believe Miami is the best landing spot, or could another team swoop in and grab him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you posted on all the latest Commanders news and rumors. That's all for now, but stay tuned, because this offseason is just getting started. Let's get it, Commanders fans. HTTC.